Hello, and welcome to ClickDraw. Today I am going to introduce you to the Skull project. A project in which you will be able to learn for free how to draw, texture, lines, points and much more. Here in ClickDraw. Stay at the end of the video if you don't want to miss any advice. With that said, let's get started. Hello, my name is Santiago and welcome to ClickDraw. The first thing you have to take into account before starting a drawing is the materials. The materials will help us achieve those impressive textures of this drawing. The first thing you will need are graphite pencils, as I said in the art materials video, which I leave up here in case you want to see it. It is that you do not necessarily have to have the best pencils on the market, but the ideal would be to opt for brands such as Faber-Castell, Prismacolor, etc. Then, you will need kneadable rubber, which will allow you to erase and make color extractions in the drawing. You will also need an electric eraser. This will allow you to make small highlights in the most specific areas of our drawing. Remember to get a good point before starting. This can be done with a small sandpaper. A white gel pen. A white gel pen will allow you to make small highlights in the most exposed areas of the drawing, like here. So it will be useful in all kinds of occasions. A mono-zero eraser. A mono-zero eraser will help us make small white lines which will be very useful when making a realistic drawing. A punch. Yes, a punch will help us make grooves in the paper to later fill in with graphite, and then some great lines remain. And last and most important, the paper. The paper is very important when starting the drawing since it will define many aspects of our drawing, such as porosity, the number of layers that we can pass, etc. Now if you want to see how to start making the sketch, stay and I'll explain. The first thing to do to achieve a good sketch is to set parameters, such as guidelines, that help us to know how to draw. I leave the images in the description of the video. So, I start drawing the guidelines to be able to make my drawing. And then I start with the sketch. Once we finish making the guidelines, we begin to make the sketch. Remember not to put too much pressure on the pencil. You can do 5 to 10% pressure with a pencil. Now, I start to make the drawing. Meanwhile, I invite you to subscribe and activate the bell if you like the video. One piece of advice that I can give you when making the sketch is not to settle. Do not stop making the sketch until you are satisfied with the result. Believe me, you will thank it when you finish the drawing. Remember, you can erase whenever you want or when necessary to make your sketch look great. I have known people who are afraid to delete the sketch, so don't be afraid to delete it from time to time. If you don't want to forget where the most imposing shadows are, you can choose to shade and then blend those areas. You can smudge with a smudge pencil, but if you don't have one of those you can also use a napkin. In this area here I can't make the glass that is lying on the table. For this reason, I make continuous corrections until I get it to look the way I like it. You can make your own guidelines to guide you in the drawing. For example, here, as you can see, the lines on the top and bottom of the cup are parallel, so you can draw these lines if they help you. Okay, once we finish our sketch and we are satisfied with the result, it is time to call the kneadable eraser. With the eraser we will begin to remove making small touches on the paper, thus removing the excess graphite. This guarantees that when we are drawing the textures of this drawing do not interfere with the sketch. Okay, now we put the finishing touches. And ready. We have finished the sketch of the skull project. Maybe in a few days I will upload part 2 of this drawing. If you want me to do more tutorials like these, leave your like. You really support me a lot. Good luck and see you.